Another fishing day. Sun is out, temperature high 50s. Really nice. I'm going to be fishing with power bait today for rainbow trout and brown trout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of power bait dough. Right now I'm going to start off with the green color, and I'm just going to take a piece of power bait dough, roll it up into a ball. Don't have to, as long as your power bait can conceal the hook. Then I'm going to take the hook, I'm going to press it inside the power bait, the dough, like so. Fold the dough over the hook. As you can see, I don't really make it round. As long as it's secure and covering the hook, I'm good. So sinker is going to be tied above the hook. The distance between the sinker and the hook depends on how deep the water is and how tall are the grass and seaweed are. So it's going to look like this when you're holding it before you cast. Sinker above, power bait in the bottom. However, when it lands into the water, the opposite will happen. The sinker then will be on the bottom of the lake, and the power bait will float above like so. The reason for that is the trout are hovering above the sea, the water, above the lake, the bed of the lake. So when the power bait is floating, the trout is going to swim right up to it. Also, if there's seaweed, weeds in the water, your bait will be above the weed, so the fish can see it, and also your weight will not get stuck in the weed. Once again, sinker tied above the hook. It's going to look like this prior to casting, but when it lands in the water, the opposite happens. Sinker on the bottom, the bait flows above. All right, that's how you fish with power bait or marshmallows. I got power bait, marshmallows, spinners, so I'm going to try all of them. First catch of the day. Boom. Since I'm fishing in a deep water, the distance between my sinker and my hook was about 2 feet. So when it's in the water, the sinker is down here, the bait is floating about right there, which is where the trout are hovering in. And you can make adjustment as you're fishing too. If it's not hitting, either shorten the leader. If the trout are not biting when you're casting out, it could be because your bait is floating way too high. If you're in a water that's not deep and the distance between your sinker and your hook is way too long, then your bait will be floating almost above the water. You want your bait to be floating just about 2 feet or a foot off the water, off the bottom of the lake. Now I'm going to let that sit for a minute. For a little bit. If nothing happening, then I'm going to switch to the yellow color, or yellow. And I also have the rainbow color, marshmallows, trout magnets, trout worms. So I'm going to try variety. So I got a bite already. Oh, got him. Got one. That wasn't too long. Woo, good size, good size. Oh, good size. Man, it's good that I'm catching fish, but I don't want to catch a fish too quick, because only 4 is allowed per day, so this fishing trip might not be that long. Oops. All right, so we know the green one worked. Let me see if the marshmallows work. As I said, I don't want to limit out too quick. That was the first cast, so if I keep casting the way, at the rate I'm going, I'll be leaving here before an hour is over. And I want to fish for a little bit. So that's, now I'm going to try the marshmallows. My first time using marshmallows. Okay. Well, that broke, that's why the trout fell. So I'm going to try this one. And that's why I have 2 fishing poles. Even though I'm only allowed to fish for 1, you can bring 2. Set them both up, so when one hook break, I have another one to cast out while I retie. I'm going to cast this out with the marshmallows. Cast it out to the same spot that I cast out for the first time. That's usually how it works. You know, you don't want to catch a fish right here and then rebait and then cast that way. You want to catch where you caught the fish. So now I gotta retie this one. I lost that marshmallow because I don't think I put it on the hook correctly. This one is more secure. Get the hook all the way through to the end of the marshmallow. So now I got the marshmallow over there, so I'm just going to see if we get a bite. Well, I don't think the marshmallows is working as good today, so we're going to change bait. Yeah, right here, nothing touched it, it's melting. So, I already know the green one worked. So now I'm going to try this yellow one, light orange. color. Just put the hook in there. As you can see, I'm not forming it to a ball. I'm just pressing the hook there, wrapping the power dough trout bait around the hook, like so. Marshmallows is not working. Oh, we're gonna try it. Power bait. Cast it to the same spot. Wait for the sinker to go to the bottom. I think I'm gonna help the fish eat all these marshmallows. You don't want it to go to waste. Little tiny one, so we're gonna make sure take the hook out and then release. So the orange one works as well. So now we're going to try the rainbow. That was a little one, so we're going to let him grow up. So next time we come fishing next season, maybe it's all grown. We can then take him home and have a fish fry. All right, so this is the rainbow. We'll cast it out. We'll cast out to the same area where I caught the fish. Now I'm going to wait for the sinker to reach the bottom, and then I'm going to take some of the slag out of the line. You want a little slag, but not too much. You want a little slag, a little curve on your line from your fishing pole to the water, so you can see the line moving, and then grab your fishing pole and set the hook. But you don't want too big of a slag. There, I like how the slag is right now. Once you cast out, if you're bottom fishing, you cast out, wait for the sinker to reach the bottom of the water, and then take some of the slag out. As you get experience, you can just throw and take some of the slag out. But for right now, if you're a beginner, toss out, let the sinker reach the bottom, take some of the slag out. Then if you're fishing in a really deep water, you want to toss out and then let it start sinking, maybe let some of the line go, because if the water is deep and you don't let you don't give enough line, you think you cast way out, but in all reality your bait has come closer to you because the line follows the depth of the water. Now we wait for the other bite. Trout magnet, I had one hit on it, I missed, and it stopped going for it, so I'm going to switch out and I'm going to use a trout worm. I'm going to show you how to rig in the trout worm. You never know what color it is, so you start with one and work yourself to the color that they are looking for. So I'm going to use an orange color trout worm. And then for a little bit, and then if that doesn't work, I'm going to try the green or the brown or the yellow. I mean, yeah, yellow one. What you do, well, I like to take a little, cut it off a little bit, and then just go from that end, the head, and then work it around the hook. Exit about 1/8 way through. Make sure the trout worm body is fairly straight, like so. And then press it out. See if the trout take it, just like that. Oh yeah. I caught one with a trout magnet. I mean the trout worm, orange color. It's right on the lip. That's why I like fishing with the trout worm or trout magnet. It's usually on the lip, so we can release the fish without harm. All right, so one on a trout worm. Orange color. Oh yeah. This one I'm gonna keep. Once again on the pink trout worm. This one I'm keeping. Oh, and it broke. And there goes the hook. And grab that. Grab the fish for lunch. And thank you for tuning in. If you like the content, please subscribe, help me out, leave a comment, share. Have a great day.